Hi, and welcome to our Flying Adventures. It's all about the journey. Today, it's going to be a GPS how-to, or what if? What happens? I got an email from Mark, midlife flight, and I have put his link onto other videos. Um, Mark deals with the GNS 430, 530, 650, 750, and the Avidyne series also. Doesn't really mess around with the 430s. I'm sorry, 480s. It's a legacy unit. Not many people use it or have it. So knowing that I do it, he had shot me over an email and posed this. If you're coming from the southwest and have been cleared to Snow Hill, which there's Snow Hill. I'm not coming from the southwest. I set up the sim to fly out to Snow Hill, turn around and fly this. So you're cleared to Snow Hill as the transition. Since Snow Hill, if you look over here on the chart right there, no procedure turn into Siren. So let's read this a little farther. Since it's a no procedure turn transition, if the 480 does the same thing as other navigators, the hold in lieu of at Siren will not be included when you load the approach. If that's not the case, if the hold gets loaded anyway, no need to go farther. If that is the case, here's the scenario. While inbound from Snow Hill to Siren, you get hold is published at Siren from ATC. In the other Garmins from the 430, 530 onward, and in the Avidyne IFD, you would just reload the approach and choose Siren as the transition. The hold at Siren will be there. Part 2, if that happens, will the flight plan still show you direct Siren, or do you have to tell it again? If you have never done this, I'm not surprised. There was a pilot workshop scenario like this, and 80% of the responses wouldn't have known how to do it. Okay, well, let's take a look at this. Okay, we are going to go over to procedure, select our approach, RNAV GPS 02, but we don't want vectors. So let's switch that. Nope. There we go. Snow Hill. Perfect. KOXB, Snow Hill, little I for the initial fix. We can expand it. RNAV GPS 2, Siren, then BCAP. That's good. Let's execute. Yes. Back to the map. Okay, you will see here that from OXB to Snow Hill with the initial approach fix, and then we're going to Siren, and there is no the hold is there, but with this selection, you won't see that because there is just the arrow there going to Siren, no hold. All right, let's speed this up a bit. Here we are turning inbound. Remember I said I just was going to proceed from Snow Hill, SWL. So as we turn, let's go figure out, because you see the hold in lieu of procedure turn is white. We are skipping over it. There is no hold in there, but we can switch that. Let's click on hold. It's already got us going to Siren. We just have to make it fit the published hold. I'm a little rusty pushing the buttons here for this, but we will. Gotta go back up. Make that left turns. think that's what that hold was. It is now. And we want to make it 4 miles, not 1 minute inbound. Okay, we're going to set this up for 44 degrees, 044 degree heading. That's the inbound course to Siren. We're going to have to change that to 4 miles. But let's get this to miles, not minutes. There we go, nautical miles. Let's scoot back over there. According to the plate, it's going to be 4 miles. Perfect. And there's the hold. And you'll see Snow Hill, inbound to Siren. And now you'll see the hold symbol. So that's how that sets up. Let's try something a little bit different. Okay, I reset the flight plan for Snow Hill to KOXB. And you can see it's just getting itself aligned. Now previously I had used the direct to create a hold. Let's go set up the procedure first off. Destination KOXB, approach, GPS 2. Okay, this is how I had it set up previously. If I can get my little plane on the screen turned around. Here it shows us headed to Siren, and according to the approach plate, it's no procedure turn, and as you can see, the procedure turn is white. We're going Siren, and then we'll go direct to BCAP. So the first way I showed how to do this was click on hold, and I changed it to left turns because that's how it's published, course of 044, and I changed 1 minute legs to 4 mile legs. So that's how I set it up the first time. This time we're going to just see if it's easier to go back into procedure, select the approach, RNAV GPS 2, and we're going to select Siren. Let's see what that does. Yes. We'll get rid of our discontinuity. There's Siren. Execute. Let's go back to the map. If I just selected Siren coming from this direction, it's not going to give it to me. Well, we'll see what it does. Yes, it did. I'm sorry. Here's Snow Hill, direct Siren. There's the hold symbol. So it will give us a hold. So we could just go reload the approach. It's a little bit easier steps. But the Garmin 480 does give you an option to create a hold, which I did. Obviously, it's easier to go reload the approach real quick, select Siren, and go from there. A lot less steps, a lot quicker. But the one nice thing about the Garmin 480 over the 430, 530 series is the random holds that you can create. So hopefully I've shown both ways, and Mark, I hope that answers the question. The 480 is a very good legacy box. I really enjoy flying with it. At first I was like, oh my god, I'll never figure this thing out. But I've come to enjoy flying this over the 530 and 430. My only complaint is I cannot use FlightStream to hook up my iPad, to connect my iPad, I should say, to the Garmin 480, whereas FlightStream would let me connect to the 530, which when you're flying single pilot IFR, man, that's a blessing. Although go to the flip side, you can choose Victor Airways, T-routes, whatever you need on the 480. Where on the 430, 530, you literally had to chug and plug those. You cannot select airways. But I digress. All right, hope that helped. Hope that helped answer the questions. And any comments, please leave them down below. Thanks.